We're having a brilliant season characterized by an uncertain outcome. Some say thanks to tyres, others say blame it on tyres. What do you think, merit or guilt? And are you ready to change if necessary?
Well, I think if you'd asked at the start of the season what many people would like to see, it was probably not a repetition of maybe the previous two seasons where there was a very dominant car and driver. And what we've had is 5 different Grand Prix, 5 different winners. So I think from many points of view, that's an outstanding start to any season. Having said that, of course, tyres have been integral into some of the performances, but it's an engineering performance that you're talking about. We were asked to give a big challenge to the teams, and we believe we've done a bit. I mean, we haven't exaggerated, we don't believe, but the cars have changed a lot. They've changed significantly, maybe lost 20% of their downforce over the rear in particular. We all heard about the blown diffusers that are no longer there, and that's clearly having an effect on the way the car is working with the tyres. And indeed, in some races, teams have suffered. But having said that, the solution to getting the maximum performance and winning is actually in an engineering solution and a driving solution. So as long as it remains a challenge for engineers and drivers, then of course we're happy.
Qualifying tyres are still an issue. What do you think about?
Well, at the end of the day, overall we're working with the teams, and we work on their input from the way we set up the tyres to create an interesting stimulating strategy on the race weekend, but also, with qualifying, there are maybe 2 points of view, and the teams would say, and they have said to us, that qualifying viewing figures are up, and also that this technical aspect where they're trying to find an advantage by maybe not using sets of tyres and not running in the third and Q3 session is very interesting. We have always said that we'll do what the sport wants, but we also identify that if we do need a qualifying tyre, if we need an extra set of tyres for the Q3 cars, we'd actually prefer to see the cars running in Q3 because we feel that it maybe reflects badly on everybody if we're not giving full entertainment into that final qualifying sector. So it's different points of view. At the end we have to do what the sport wants and what's asked of us, but we're here and able to provide solutions if and when needed.
Can you explain how tyres are assigned to teams and how the barcode works?
Yeah, every tyre has a barcode, which is what you see probably in a supermarket, what you see on things you buy. And we have the same thing, we scan it, and hidden on that barcode is a detail that takes us all the way back into the manufacturing process. So we can actually say where the materials were made, when they were made, when they were assembled, when the tyre was finished, and when it was shipped at every stage of its life. Now, the FIA are given a list of barcodes, the 1,840 tyres that go to each event, given a long list, and they allocate then those barcodes in a random fashion through to each individual team and individual sets. So in reality it's a very random process, and it's not one that we're in control of, and when we're then given back the list from the FIA, we then group those tyres together, and then when they get to the circuit they are actually made up into sets that go onto an individual car.
And Monte Carlo P0 Red SUPERSOFT tyres will debut on track with the soft compound. What kind of race should we expect for next weekend?
Well, this is the one compound that stayed the same actually compared to 2011, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on with that tyre, with the cars, as I've already explained, that have changed quite a lot this year. Monte Carlo is a track that needs traction, and it needs a chemical grip, which means, if I can describe it in simplistic terms, it's like something sticking to the ground. It's a very slow circuit with lots of traction, and what we hope to see there is a race like last year, the first 3 cars using 3 different strategies, 1, 2 and 3 stop. That's maybe ambitious to expect something similar for this year, but equally, if we can make Monte Carlo again an interesting, stimulating race, then we're going to be happy.